Wii qual, scored 50 points in 4 races in Wii. So already setting up to a very strong start this weekend. Very excited to see what he does in 8 Deluxe.
Next up, we have Ghost, who is a member of Burger Squad for 8DX. That's the game that we are playing here, which I think competed in D8, D9 around there. He is very prominent in the Georgia local tournament scene, and yeah, he was the DreamHack Atlanta pre-local winner at this venue.
Yeah, after we have BonkeRs, one of our foreign players coming down from Canada, D4 champion with the Solar Storm team. And they are, yet again, another very strong player.
Yep, and then we also have Shadow, who is from the team Dark Matter. Oh, well, it looks like we're kind of jumping straight into this. Right into Madrid. Weren't really able to finish player intros there, but...
Yeah, we've been talking about how good these players are. Better yet, we'll just show you with our first race here on Madrid Drive.
All right, starting over here on Kasper's POV here, our 1 seed using Peachet Scooty. So keep your eye on the map for him because, as we said earlier, he did insanely good in his Wii quals. So let's see how good he does in his ADX quals.
Those triple greens just immediately going to work, knocking out 3 people. You're already up there in 3rd with 5 coins as well. Looking over here, Ghost is at 6. I think BonkeRs in 3. I don't know how many coins VerteX has, but that's putting both of them in a great position to start.
Ooh, unfortunately getting redded out in the NISC is kind of unfortunate, although it's not the worst spot ever. However, this does mean that Kasper's kind of sent to the back pretty early on, meaning bagging this be a bit more viable as we see him go in and grabbing those coins.
Yeah, I think these are the things that you maybe, especially because a lot of our players here today, for the most part, we have a lot of World and Wii players coming back to 8 Deluxe for a bit. So there's obviously the obvious things of how to drive and sort of the general things with how 8 Deluxe works, but there's the little things that coins matter so much more in 8 Deluxe, and each individual coin matters so much more. Your items are going to work a little differently. Your blue shells are going to be more common, like we're already seeing. Ghost is having a blue on the way. I think it's going to get him right before this boost panel, though, so it's going to mitigate a lot of damage. Very smart opting to stop right before the boost panel. You're going to be right at the top speed immediately again. You're getting that coin ghosted as well. Still doing pretty solid after that blue. I think this red, and yeah, the red goes for BonkeRs as well. Ghost is just back into 1st.
Yep, and Ghost is chilling in 1st here. BonkeRs right behind him. It looks like we have JP as well in 2nd place here. So, gotta just hold on to 1st here. Hopefully no items heading your way. A double red could easily lose his 1st place. Maybe a 2nd blue, I'm not too sure, because that 1st one kind of happened pretty early in lap 2. So maybe we see another one, but right now Ghost is just holding on the 1st here. Yeah,
I'm seeing all the upper mid pack is just all hitting each other out, and they're all just dragging each other back, just giving Ghost more and more time to run away. I don't know if this rank can hit him anymore. And even then, BonkeRs has the back, and it still doesn't block the red.
Yep, just barely missed it. BonkeRs getting sent back pretty far. We're going to see them lose a lot of spots here. Oh, barely dodging the fire behind them, and there's a Ghost.
Is so good at the end. That's going to take you through all of the dangerous spots for the rest of this track.
Lots of item spam going on here, so having that Ghost is incredibly lucrative. Maybe a last-second shock dodge, but I highly doubt it. Looks like BonkeRs is going to have to settle for 6th here.
I mean, it is top 6 move on. Getting 6, that is what you need.
Yep.
And yeah, there's the thing.
Bowser 3rd.
As long as you know what you're doing, and you know how to handle a blue shell, Ghost did perfectly there.
Yeah. Even
though, yes, blues are more common in 8 Deluxe, yes, double reds can still happen, you can still front run and you can still win so easily, like we just saw from Ghost.
Yes. Going into race 2 here, Ghost got 1st, so, for him, he's going to want more of a runner track. Kasper got 2nd place, so, he could also probably go for a runner track here, which, for the ones unaware, are tracks with minimal shortcuts that's very easy to break away on and super hard to catch up.
Right, and a highlight as well, 3rd place there, Theta on the Bowser. This is, I believe, the first land they've ever intended, so already making a very strong first impression with a 3rd in this lobby. With only 8 races, 1 3rd place at the start is going to do a lot for you. Points are a little different. 1st is a little less powerful than it normally would be, just because you're only getting 2 points on 2nd instead of 3, but still, 13 to start, very powerful.
Yep. All right, now we're going to Sinesbo, which is a runner track, and not what Kasper Ghost picked, but we'll see how well they can hold 1st on this, especially with the Bowser behind them, because that Bowser's quite large. It can bump these players out super easily.
I think having this weight, having that weight set, I think is so valuable, honestly. Even with the trade-offs of mini turbo, you lose a little bit, some acceleration is down. But if you're not getting hit, those are all boons.
Yep. See, Kasper is just able, starting in 2nd, they're up here super fast in 1st place with a double protection. So, Ghost really has to work to try to get 1st out. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, looking over, there's a Shroom and a red, and Ghost falls off too. You're just getting even more and more time to break away.
Yeah, unfortunate fall off from Ghost. We got BonkeRs in 4th here, hitting out VerteX and is in 3rd currently.
If there's not a blue soon, then I think we're good for Kasper. We can check back in at the end of the race. Yes, Abriel now with this red in 2nd. I think probably going to try to make some dent in Kasper, but I don't know if you can throw this. I think you just hold this. Take your 2nd, you know, just get a good race. This very, very good 2nd place pole.
Yep.
You absolutely hold this. Correct decision by Abriel here.
Yeah, Abriel is sitting pretty right now, and we are starting to see Kasper break away. Ooh, there is a shock, though. We did get a dodge.
It's not. It's still fine for the two of them. I think the two of them are...
Okay.
Abriel might be in a little bit more danger, but I think these two are probably fine in top 2, especially now that they've recovered at this point.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that green throw there. Might have
this
been
upper mid-pack, I want to take a look at this upper mid-pack. There's just so much motion going on in there.
Yep, we see Bain in 5th place. You're barely missing the double box. It's quite unfortunate. Dodging a fire.
So wide
oh my gosh.
Incredible. There is a double though by Abriel. I believe she can time this right.
Yeah, just hold on to this. I think
you just take the 2nd.
Oh wait! Oh my gosh!
No.
Okay, iframes.
No, iframes. The
iframes.
The iframes.
I will say.
Okay.
I wonder if the blue shall mess anyone else up though, because we know
I
Abriel
have to imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Shadow was coming up on her at the end, and Shadow did still get 4th.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, God, that. Abriel as a player, I think is 3-time DreamHack Atlanta finalist. I think one of like 2 people to do that since DreamHack kind of blew up as a big tournament in Atlanta. But just every time I've watched her play, and truly every LAN I've ever seen her play, and as one of my teammates with the Collegiate League from Georgia Tech, will have just go so well right up until finals, and then just something happens at the end so often. One of the most tortured players I've ever played with, truly.
We're going to Donut Plains 3. I feel like this is a pretty controversial track, you know?
I think pretty much the polar opposite of SNES tracks in terms of how they play in this game. I mean, SNES Rainbow, there are no shroom cuts. And then here, shrooms are everywhere. This is, I think, probably one of the races we're going to see the most where just the physics of 8 Deluxe really get people. Because if you notice this grass, you can tell it looks a little off. That hump there really messes with you. And it does enable... Yeah, Kasper's going to go around it. I don't mind skipping that disc there, you know, especially if you're a little rusty. Just get your coins up. Yeah.
Oh, opting the bag here.
Very much a bagger. You have 6 coins already. This is one of the only world records in a game that does not get all 10 coins. Because coins are just so hard to come by and the track is so short. So having those coins, though, out on the other hand, especially now you've got 7 coins, you've got shrooms and a star in 10.
Yep.
You're set up really well. We'll check back on them later.
Yeah, going over to the Ghost POV. Ghost is in 2nd here. Abriel in 1st. This is really good for Ghost having this horn. If Abriel does decide to drop out, you know, you try to use that on the disc. It's actually pretty solid there, you know. Anyone, you know, is going to be pretty slow in the grass there, so catching them all on that horn would be pretty lucrative.
Yeah, already Kasper's up to 4th now with a shroom and a star. This is pretty much a free first for them if they can dodge.
Yep, because shock and blue can still happen. It is lap 3. Abriel getting a pretty clean run, you know, assuming both those don't happen. Nice
and the back, they get BonkeRs as well.
Okay,
Kasper's in 2nd now in the star, but and double reds.
Ghost getting a shroom here is actually pretty nice.
Doesn't even need them. Just starring Abriel as well.
Yeah, Kasper just made.
Don't even need the shock dodge. Oh
dude.
My God, Kasper.
I mean, hey, D1 player right here. I mean, it's the best of the best, I will say.
That is now, we're 2 points off of a perfect run so far from Kasper. Wow.
Yeah.
Still a really good finish for Abriel. I want to say that's a...
Still
yeah,
second.
That's
still
second.
second.
No,
that's great.
That's, 3rd overall in the lobby.
4th.
Yeah. Yeah, Kasper's kind of running away. The pack is really close in 2 through 5, and that maybe feels like it doesn't matter, you know, because the top 6 move on. It absolutely does. For bracket math, not a lot of people care about this, but I think it's worth talking about. Your placement in your next round is based on how you do in this lobby. The better you do, the worse comparatively your competition is in the future. Because there's going to be 2 people in each semis room that came first, 2 that came second, 2 that came third, so on. If you come first, you're one of those 2 who won.
Yep.
So you're giving yourself the easiest possible room by winning.
All right, and it looks like we are going to MC3 on the, we were talking about baggers on GP3, but this is even stronger of a bagger here. With the amount of off-road you have, it's super easy to star, golden, or just, even triple shroom up and make up a ton of spots. So I would not be surprised if we see, like, half the lobby just, like, start turning around here.
Yeah, usually most bagging tracks will have one item you want a little more than the others. Like some tracks like a golden can perfectly carry you through 2 cuts. This one, I really don't think there's a single best item because there's opportunities to use every power item.
Yep, and as we can see here, half the lobby is just completely slowed down, stopping for these coins, going for these boxes, because, you're going to need them. Because there's also a good chance that 2 shots can happen on this race due to how long it's going to last, because people are just so slow on this track by just stopping at sets.
It's the same playbook by Kasper, so it stars and triple shrooms. Not running into the wall, though. We avoided that in TP3. But that's been the same playbook so far. Get stars and triple shrooms, get your coins up, go in the back, and just slowly claw your way up.
Yep, we have Ghost in first here. However, I would not fully bank on him getting first here just because of just the nature of this track, Ghost, he does have a bit of a lead up, and there we go. This is what I'm talking about. Ghost getting blued already. Double protection, really good. But
chaining double protection into more double protection too, by the way. Very fortunate pull there.
He lands the back, though. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, C-Sport power. Everyone's using the power items. The pack is a lot closer now. Ghost has a slight break, but there's an entire lap left of just off-road.
How quickly we forget. Shock happens now. This is a round where shock happens. It's first out of lap 3. You chain it in set, you pull it there. That's where I'm looking for it.
VerteX already starting to catch up.
And that's a star up there, yeah.
Yep. So VerteX should have first on lock.
In star as well, you use star through that cut. Even if shock happens,
everyone's going to be coming through here.
We'll see if people save their streams a little bit longer. Getting a little bit of dirt, it's still not going to matter. I think that looks like a first for VerteX.
Ghost, despite running, he still got second, which is actually super solid.
Well, there's no shock.
That's crazy. You never really see shockless MC3 that often.
I think also, I actually think if I'm here, I maybe run, because as well with 11 players, I'm 3-way tie for 6th.
Yes, and that right there, that's the chopping block. So that's pretty close, and one of the players in there is BonkeRs, who is the 3 seed in this room. So that'd be an insane upset if they were not able to make it past the qualifier round. So BonkeRs has to lock in for this last half.
Yeah, one of the other things that I'm also very much thinking about, 11-player room. Normally with bagging, you're going bottom 4, but just going down from like bottom 4 is where you're playing your shocks, your triple shrooms, your bills, your goldens. It's just generally, if you want to bag, you go to bottom 4. That's just usually the hard rule. You don't have to think about it too hard. But with 11 players, I don't know what that table looks like.
Yeah.
We don't really have the data on it because it's just usually never relevant.
Yeah.
And so in that, when you don't know the table anymore, running becomes better if people don't really know how to bag as much anymore. You're going to, I think,
Paris, which I know is a personal favorite from you. It's a pretty strong runner, minimal shortcuts, and is purely on how tight can you drive this track, how optimally can you use your mini turbos and drifting. It's super, super skill-based.
It's personally favorite for me, but who's even more happy to see this is absolutely going to be Shadow. I think he's the only inside bike player in the room. Paris, especially early on, is so good for inside drift. It's just the way the turns work on this track. You just eke out little bits of time everywhere. So yeah, Kasper going around again, getting items going. Bomb in second. This is pretty good, especially right there.
Where everyone's going tight,
and it gets Ghost. It's 3 people hit by that.
And the green by
on the Shadow.
And Abriel is now in
massacre.
First place.
Abriel, the only one who survived, now getting this first place spot. They've only got a coin up there, it looks like.
Fortunate rank here. Heading over to the Abriel POV, just tons of, optimizing these lines here. Yeah, making sure you're on 10 coins here because it matters so much on this track.
Yeah, I think Abriel's probably solid as well. Having max coins, you've got your coin to block any ghosts. I don't know. It doesn't look like Second's really planning on doing anything. Yeah. Let's take a look at the mid pack. I think we're good here. Abriel's fine. We're running. Unless there's, especially now with that gap.
Bain has triple greens in second, which is very kind of gatekeeping everyone from entering, first place here. So, which is actually pretty nice for Abriel when you have someone with triple greens in this spot. No one's really going to be contesting first place. So, and then triple reds behind. There is a blue.
This gap is big enough that I think they're fine.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, skipping the boost panels I think is fine because she's going to get so close to the glider. Where the danger is, though, is Bain with these triple greens, though. If they can get in range, they can't, though. Abriel's good.
And also, Bain can't really throw these greens because the second those greens are gone,
you backed
BonkeRs
it,
is
if
chucking
anything.
those reds.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, they're just kind of in a stalemate here.
Yeah, they just have to sit
And
here.
BonkeRs is going to throw them first because there's triple reds. If I'm BonkeRs, I want to use those. I don't know that Bane's got a shroom after, but even then, there's 3. Here are the reds.
Yeah.
Reds come in.
Bain
Yeah,
has
Bane's
his shroom,
just
and
gonna hold on to
Bain was
second.
able to tie up, get second place there. Good stuff. Ghost getting third here. I think BonkeRs got fourth. VerteX coming in at the very end.
Yeah, there being a
BonkeRs in
bit of
7th.
separation. The upper mid spots are still kind of close. A little bit more separation happening now, but still with 3 more races, it's still going to be pretty competitive. There's a lot of time to change by 4 points.
Yeah. BonkeRs is currently in 7th place, so, you know, just on the top block, it looks like we see VerteX. Of all tracks, we're going Cheeseland, you know. It's like the equivalent of going to Vegas. So, yeah, that's one of the tracks we'll see everyone stop on. We see some runners, we see some Squeaky, we see some Hyrule, we see some Sunshine.
Yeah, I think the scenario where you pick a track like Cheeseland, where you are, in some people's opinion, kind of just gambling. That's probably, if you're like a little bit ahead, I know in Deluxe there was usually an old joke of like, oh, baby park to close out the war. Like, if you got enough of a lead, it's like, the track is so random that like, the nightmare scenario for you to lose probably can't happen. Bit early to be doing that, but I guess I don't hate it. Like, it can work. But your roller base, this is probably, I think, the first track we've had that's like, bagging favored, but still runnable. Everything we've had, I'd say, tends towards one extreme or the other so far. This is probably the first one where both options are pretty genuinely viable. Because obviously you've got shroom cuts, but just as well you have shroomless cuts, and as well you can get it to max coins. People get hit so often, if you can just get a bit of a break and run away, you're golden. That's what I'm looking out for this race,
Yep.
because I'm pretty confident it'll happen. It usually does.
Right now, VerteX has a shroom in 4th here, which is actually pretty solid. Oh,
Not
never
to get
mind.
trailed, though.
I think that might be Abriel. Yeah, that's Abriel in 1st there. Just holding on to it is super nice. Yeah, VerteX opting to stop here and bag, you know, chain
Abriel's
items
been doing
here.
a really solid job running. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th track where she's been like 1st or 2nd and just kind of run.
Yep, cutting through the shadow POV here in 3rd place. You know, ooh, lucrative bomb back there.
You gotta love that bomb if you're Shadow. That is the best thing you could be seeing right now. Shroom in 3rd as well.
Yeah,
Ghost is
sitting
maybe a
pretty
little
good.
bit far, but with that shroom, that's how you start catching up. And I think Shadow's doing fine overall right now.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh my gosh, barely dodging that.
really good
Anna.
swerve dodging, and I have to burn the mushroom early though. That is pretty rough for them.
Yep. VerteX having that start, not able to use it in time
Star
to
to
dodge,
Ghost, though.
dodge the red.
Everybody's got a star.
Yeah, this the path towards the back is actually pretty stacked right now. But it's also very separated. There is like a fine line between like
Yeah.
that middle
That's
there.
the top 4 and everybody else are just kind of gone.
But Bill in 5th from Bain here.
Wow.
Blue is out.
Yeah, all of a sudden now, yeah, Bain and 6 as well are both kind of catching up. So I think Abriel's does got enough space in 1st, and even with the blue, they are going to get past, but they're going to remain in 2nd.
Ghost is in a really good position here because I'm pretty sure Ghost got his box in 2nd, so should be double protection in 1st. But it doesn't matter. Bain has triple shrooms in 2nd here, and as long as Ghost doesn't pull anything scary, which he shouldn't because that's the last set.
That looks like a horn, I think.
Yeah.
Bain don't think to go around.
Yeah. Ooh,
That's
shock.
why you go
Yep,
around.
Yep,
That's why you go
and
around.
there's Kasper. Just had a star at the right moment
There it is,
and
yeah.
gets 1st.
The star and triple shrooms playbook, it's a bagger, it works. That is so tough for Bain too, because going around, I actually really like, because target shocking in that cut would have been absolutely correct decision. Shock just came a few seconds later, and Bain fell all the way to 7th for that.
Yeah, and on the topic of Bain, Bain is in 6th, 5 spots up from 7th. So
There's a bit of space there.
Yeah, so as long as you keep some good races going, you'll be fine. And you know,
At this point, your goal is just kind of beat down BonkeRs, really. There's 2 more races, especially with that 11th player, or that 12th player being absent, is going to compress all the points a little bit more. The biggest gap you can have in a race is now 12 instead of 14. And then for 2nd, it's 10 instead of 11. The gap you can have is just so much tighter. Margins matter a lot more than it maybe feels like they do. I think Bain, BonkeRs, and then there's someone on 30. that is also very much in this too.
We're also going to Hyrule Circuit, which I'm assuming is from BonkeRs, which is a little fun fact here. BonkeRs has a top 10 Canadian time on this track. So
You've got to be so happy to see it with your BonkeRs.
Yes, and especially since BonkeRs is on the chopping block here, this is really what you want to see. This is a comfort pick here at its finest. So
watch out for JP too, though. They're only 2 points behind as well in 8th. They very easily could catch up just as well.
All right, Ghost getting a shroom here and cutting up super early on and already just bumping everybody out. Large and in charge here in first place.
You've got Teddy as well. You've got the weight set over some of the other, like, we've got a lot of bitty buggies. Yeah, from VerteX, there's some scooties. You get to flex that weight set just a little bit, and it does so much. Middle path is open. Often go around.
Yeah, and we see people going for the no item shortcut here. They're going to hop right over this grass. Just like that. And ooh, Shadow has to watch out for those bananas.
And there it is. Yeah, part of the, that's one of the other things. Yeah, the trails are just, everything is based on your screen except for the trails. And that's another one of those things. When you come back over to ADX1 World, you just kind of forget.
Yeah. And, you know, like I said earlier about BonkeRs having a comfort track, BonkeRs is in second now, and Burst is getting blue. This is a great position for that.
Ghost got clipped by the blue as well. And they're getting ready too. That's so much space for BonkeRs.
Yep, and right now VerteX has a bomb in third here. We're gonna see what he
Kasper's
can do.
getting Ghost. BonkeRs is in first.
Yep.
And as well, all the people that are already safe are up there with you. That's exactly what you want if you're BonkeRs.
Yep.
You want the people that are down there to stay in the back. I think Bain's the Black Roto. Yeah, Bain's in 7th. JP, I think JP's kind of back there too as well.
Bain
really good for BonkeRs right now.
Quad reds here, absolutely just messing up Shadow, and then Ghost is in their path here, and it is, just killing everyone. There's another blue.
It's going to go for Kasper.
It's not going for
Kasper.
BonkeRs is actually sitting so pretty right now. As long as BonkeRs doesn't get caught in the explosion, they are doing just fine.
Abriel is so close behind though. They're not home free, just getting hit by a build.
Here.
Still, everything that BonkeRs needs is happening. They're playing great.
BonkeRs shelled out Abriel too. BonkeRs is chilling in first here. Bain, if Bain wants to stay in this, Bain has to catch up now. Pop in that star. We're going to see how many spots he can catch up here at the very end.
All the way up to 6th. That's pretty good.
Can he pass Shadow, though? That is a question. I don't think so. That is really good for BonkeRs. This is everything you wanted right here.
JP's pretty down there as well. I think that's just going to narrow it to a competition between those two.
2 points. 2 points. That's the difference between, making it and not making it. And right now,
we're watching those two.
Is in it.
These are the two we're following this final race. I don't even think 5th or 8th could get in. I think 5th with like a nightmare scenario could fall out because I want to say it was 10 points. And like perfect storm for 8th as well. But that's like you need BonkeRs and Bain to come bottom 2 and you have to come first.
Yeah. All right, see some interesting stuff. Seeing a Toad circuit here. Seeing an 8-bow, personal favorite of mine, but it looks like we're going to be going to, 8-bow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting track here. Personal favorite of mine, but also does have a bit of dice rolling here as the cannon set can be pretty lucrative at the very end. Has a super good build spot in a very chaotic last turn.
Yeah, no, items being influenced by distance so much gets kind of messed with when you have these cannon gliders that shoot you out so fast, especially this Rainbow Roads, which is one of the fastest in the game. Up there with Big Blue as well. Just immediately the items become so good. You're pulling stars in like 4th and 5th all the time.
And part of it is also just because it's a double box at a cannon set.
Bain just fell off.
It doesn't matter. It's 8-bow. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's 8-bow.
Still, just for the mental of it though, like that's just, you don't want to start a race that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you can still recover and you know that. But just falling off instantly, being in last, you look at the minimap, your competition is in 2nd. Just not what you want to see to start. Especially when you have to beat them by at least 2. Yep, Abriel's up here running again. Abriel's doing such a good job running this room.
Wait, isn't this one of her favorite tracks as well?
I think so, yeah. She's been running in first for some amount of the race, at least 5 races, which is kind of insane given some of the people in this room.
BonkeRs still chilling in second. Honestly, we can go for a little bit of those points, but heading over to the Bain POV here. Star triple stream in 7th. You're probably going to want to cut up here, take that inside charge. Oh, no dodge though.
That was so good for Tops as well. That was right before Cannon. Abriel's already back up to full speed. Same with BonkeRs, same with VerteX, same with Kasper. Everybody up there is just already back up.
There's the blue. So we going for Abriel in just a few seconds.
I think we're waiting for Chain.
Yep.
Or not. That blue is going to take a minute because we've just gone through the shortcut. It's going to be a bit before it gets up there. Ava's getting hit. I think that might have been a nano cancel or some canceled on something.
Yeah, right now, but Bain has to gun it to the top here. Needs to dial in for this last lap here because it means everything. As BonkeRs is... Oh, BonkeRs got hit out,
BonkeRs is hit out.
Uh-oh, this is not too good for BonkeRs.
Bain's in fourth.
Ooh, but BonkeRs hit out Bain.
Getting Bain. That's exactly what you need.
BonkeRs is going to have to dial in here going into this cannon set. This is the set that decides it all. Is Bain going to pull some really good dodge item and cut up?
Might have been tunnel vision, though.
We're going to see. There's a blooper. Triple shrooms isn't bad. What's Bain going to get?
Triple shroom star. That's good.
Burning all the shrooms down. There's one more set at the very end. Popping that star. Just barely avoiding the star next to them.
I think if BonkeRs gets hit, it might be over.
Yep,
I think they're home free.
I think BonkeRs is safe. That means Bain is not going to be making it on. BonkeRs getting a very secure second, dude.
I heard the pop off, yeah. We heard that over here, like 3 people just popped off for them. This is, and I believe this is Bain's first LAN, I think, ever.
Yeah.
Like, just as much as you're playing for placement just the same. 7th out of 11, you're coming like 25th, 26th, 27th out of 48 players with a lot of top talent. That is really impressive and better than a lot of people do at most events.
Yeah, Kasper getting first by a pretty large margin as well, you know, as expected, doing extremely good in his matches in Wii, doing really good in the matches in 8 Deluxe, and yeah, it's sitting pretty good for him.
Very strong start to the day as well. Winning both your qualifiers, just sending a message.
Yeah.
You're the one to beat. You put that out there, someone else has got to pass you. That was a great first round.
Yeah.
We got
stuff.
And we got another one of those.
Coming
I'm
up.
playing in that one.
You're playing in it.
I'm playing in it.
You're playing.
I am playing in that
Nice.
one. So obviously, I can't be here if I'm playing.
Yep.
So that's gonna be it for us for now. We'll probably show up at some point later today.
Yep.
But you guys are gonna be joined by 2 more casters. I don't know where they are. I think one of them just played. One of them was Ghost. He just played.
Yeah.
That guy came like second. He knows what he's doing.
He's coming off a really big high right now.
He's coming off of a high. He just won.
Yeah.
He's in.
Big stuff.
And you're second. You're set up fine. And if you want to play the numbers game, if you come second in your top 48, you should make finals.
Yeah.
So I'm not. If he doesn't make it, it is my fault. Now that I've said that.
Gassing him up. Gassing him up.
I'll gas him up. It's okay. He'll be fine. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That being said, that is going to be it for us for here. We've got one more 8 Deluxe round, and then we're going to be here with Wii Top 48. I'm so excited to see Wii.
Yep.
I haven't seen comp. I've only seen comp Wii before a couple times. That's going to be so fun.
Yep.
That being said,
it's going to be interesting.
we are going to cut to some break or something. We got to get out of here. We got more games to play.
Yep.
Ah!
See y'all.